Okay, so in this video we will discuss the interview question asked recently in 2024 September for the Scala and Spark. So so let's say we have a temp df, okay, temperature data frame, which has a timestamp, sensor ID and the temperature, okay, and it has been recorded each after 5 minutes, okay. So 9, 9, 5, 9, 10, and what about the temperature value? Now we have GPS, okay, which is recorded every what you say, every half an hour, okay, or maybe there is no definite time stamp for this one. So if you see, it is recorded at around 8, then 9, then 9:24, 9:31. So there is no specific time, and these are the latitude and longitude. And what we want is, so every 5 minutes we want to see if there is any change in the temperature, okay, as well as in the latitude and longitude, okay. So temperature changes 35, okay, then 35 because there is a change in the latitude and longitude, okay. So that way we need to do. So I'll share this with you, this whole sheet with you, okay, and now we will see the output. So let's say this is a very basic question, okay, which usually asked. So I have created the data frames, okay, of these two, GPS and the temp data, GPS data and temp data, and I'm creating the data frame. So this is the data of the temp, okay, and this is the data of the GPS, okay, same data which we have seen earlier. What we are doing is we are converting into a timestamp, okay, correct timestamp. Why we are doing it, we will see it later, okay. So we are converting into the standard timestamp, okay. So it will be converted like this, standard timestamp. Now I'm joining these two based on the sensor ID, okay. So if you have seen here, the sensor ID is in the temperature data frame, and sensor ID in the temperature data frame and sensor ID in the GPS data frame. So this is the foreign key for both the tables, and that's why I'm joining it with the sensor ID. So if I join it, it will be we will say the Cartesian join, okay. So because all have the A1 data and this one also has the A1 data. So this first row I'll show you here. So this first row of the temperature data will going to map with all the timestamps of the GPS data, okay. Similarly, the second row will going to map with or join with all the data of the GPS data, okay. So once it going to map, and we know that every 5 minutes we want to see the count if there is a change in the data frame or the latitude, longitude or temperature or not. So what I'll do is I'll do the same way, join with the temperature and GPS data, and then I'll create the subtraction of the timestamp, okay, from the GPS data and from the temperature data. And if it is less than 5 minutes, okay, I'm using the inner data frame. You can use the left outer join as well. So if you do that, you will get the data, okay, of the timestamp and the temperature which is less than 5 minutes, okay. Let's quickly go back to the other question. We want to show the list of files, okay. So we want to show the list of files which is here only. We need to print the directory as well as the file name, okay. So in Scala, how we will going to do is we will first partition it, okay. This is the directory. So list file will contain all the files containing directory, and we will partition based on the directory. If it is directory, then it will come here, otherwise the files will go into, so there will be two separate lists, one for the driver and one for the files. And we want to iterate each of the files, and we want to iterate each of the directories. So if it is directory, we will call this method again. That's it. Similar way in the Java, what we will do is we will first find the path of this directory, then we will list file, as we have seen in the Scala, we have in the Java as well. So list file will going to list all the files, and if the list file is a file, oh, it's fine, we will print that file name. If it is a directory, then we will going to call the method again.